Hari Om.
Oh, mine not hot.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Satsang this evening. Tonight we'll be celebrating the special occasion of our grandfather guru, Swami Sivananda. His birthday is on Monday, September 8th. So Satsang this evening will be dedicated to celebrating his spirit and inspiration to all of us. So we'll begin with some Kirtan in the blue booklets, and then there's a handout in the back for those that would like to follow along. We'll start with 3 Oms and some of the opening chants together on page 9, and then we'll move into call and response. So beginning with 3 Oms. Samyaktam Nityam Jayanthi Yoginaha Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva Om Karaya Namo Namaha. Om, united with the source on which the yogis ever dwell, grants desires and liberation. Salutations to the Omkaram. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The Guru creates, the Guru preserves, the Guru dissolves the universe. The Guru, in fact, is the Absolute. Salutations to the Satguru. Now call and response, page 14. Shivananda, 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 Pahimam.
Shivananda, 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 Pahimam.
Shivananda, 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 Pahimam.
Shivananda, 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 Pahimam.
Shivananda, 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 Rakshamam.
Shivananda, 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 Rakshamam.
Shivananda, 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 Pahimam.
Shivananda, 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 Pahimam.
Shivananda, 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 Rakshamam.
Shivananda, 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 Rakshamam.
Shivananda, 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 Pahimam.
Shivananda, 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 Pahimam.
Shivananda, 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 Rakshamam.
Shivananda, 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 Rakshamam.
Shivananda, 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 Pahimam.
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 Shivananda, 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 Rakshamam.
Shivananda, 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 Rakshamam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya.
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 Om Om Namo Bhagavate Sivanandaya.
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 I'd like to tell you a little bit about Master. He had a way of simplifying things. You see over the doors, serve, love, give, purify, meditate, realize, be good, do good, be kind, be compassionate. All these things, you can take all the religion, boil them down, and that's what you're left with. And in 1969, there were no teachings of Swami Sivananda were yet in print. Excuse me. But the words of Master were there. And when I came into the IYI, fed up with my Catholic youth and trying all kinds of religions, when I saw the words of Master, what he said about Christianity, what he said about Judaism, Zoroastrianism, Hinduism, any ism, you know, it's like, and we made a little twist on it here. Mr. Metra, who's not here in the room with us tonight, says, any religion is all right as long as you practice on yourself, right? So it's worth saying that we picked Sivananda Jayanthi, September 8th, 1979, to embark from Yogaville East to come and begin this ashram, right? We arrived here on the 10th. And so this is an auspicious occasion. It really is. The birth of Yogaville. Now on your sheets, you see the song, the 18 Iddies. Master was well known for being playful. And this song is in many ways, it's a play on words, especially the last three letters, Iddi. You know, you'll see it come up again and again. And I'm going to sing the song through for you once, and then we'll try it responsibly and see if you can get it. Now, if you think of this as it's like a toolbox, this song. It gives you all of these little tricks that you can, you know, say serenity. You contemplate serenity. And, well, do you do that with regularity? Do you do it every day? And on you can test yourself with this song. I recite it and sing it in every morning. So it goes like this. Serenity, regularity, absence of vanity, sincerity, simplicity, veracity, equanimity, fixity, non-irritability, adaptability, humility, tenacity, integrity, nobility, magnanimity, honesty, generosity, purity. Practice daily these 18 ities, you will attain immortality, for you will see the unity in diversity, that Mr. So-and-so is a false non-entity, and that Brahman is the only real entity. Om, 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 Om. So you want to try it? Okay. Song of the 18 Iddies. We'll do, see, serenity, regularity, absence of vanity.
Serenity, regularity, absence of vanity.
Sincerity, simplicity, veracity.
Sincerity, simplicity, veracity.
Equanimity, fixity, non-irritability.
Equanimity, fixity, non-irritability.
Adaptability, humility, tenacity.
Adaptability, humility, tenacity.
Integrity, nobility, magnanimity.
Integrity, nobility, magnanimity.
Honesty, generosity, purity.
Charity, generosity, purity.
Practice daily these 18 itties.
Practice daily these 18 80s.
You will soon attain immortality.
You will soon attain immortality.
Brahman is the only real entity.
Brahman is the only real entity.
Mr. So-and-so is a false non-entity.
Mr. So-and-so is a false non-entity.
You will abide in infinity and eternity.
You will abide in infinity and eternity.
You will behold unity in diversity.
You will behold unity in diversity.
You cannot attain this at the university.
You cannot attain this at the university.
By grace of Guru you will attain immortality.
By grace of Guru you will attain immortality.
Om, 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 Om.
Om, 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
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 Hari Om, 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 Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
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 Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari
Now on the top of the sheet, serve, love, give. Serve, love, give, purify, meditate, realize.
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 Be good, do good, be kind, be compassionate.
Be good, do good, be kind, be compassionate.
Inquire who am I, know the self and be free.
Inquire who am I, know thyself and be free.
Adapt, adjust, accommodate.
Adapt, adjust, accommodate.
Adapt, adjust, accommodate.
Adapt, adjust, accommodate.
Bear insult, bear injury, highest sadhana.
Bear insult, bear injury, highest sadhana.
Detach, attach, detach, attach.
Detach, attach, detach, attach.
Detach the mind from the world, attach it to the Lord.
Detach the mind from the world, attach it to the Lord.
D-I-N, D-I-N, D-I-N.
D-I-N, D-I-N, D-I-N.
Do it now, do it now, do it now.
Do it now, do it now, do it now.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om.
Serve, love, give, purify, meditate, realize.
Serve, love, give, purify, meditate, realize.
Be good, do good, be kind, be compassionate.
Be good, do good, be kind, be compassionate.
Inquire who am I, know the self and be free.
Inquire who am I, know thyself and be free.
Inquire who am I, know the self and be free.
Inquire who am I, know thyself and be free.
Adapt, adjust, accommodate.
Adapt, adjust, accommodate.
Bear insult, bear injury, highest sadhana.
Bear insult, bear injury, highest sadhana.
Detach, attach, detach, attach.
Detach, attach, detach, attach.
Detach, attach, detach, attach.
Detach, attach, detach, attach.
Detach the mind from the world, attach it to the Lord.
Detach the mind from the world, attach it to the Lord.
D-I-N, D-I-N, D-I-N.
D-I-N, D-I-N, D-I-N.
Do it now, do it now, do it now.
Do it now, do it now, do it now.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, 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 Hari Om, Hari 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 Hari Hari Om.
Hari Hari Om.
Hari Hari Om.
Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti 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 Om.
Om Shanti Om.
Om Shanti Om.
Shanti Om.
Shanti Om.
Jai Swami Sivananda Ji Maharaj Ki.
Jai.
Jai Sri Sadguru Maharaj Ki.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Sister Vani, Reverend Surya, Devi, Lee, Ramakrishna, and Bharati. Okay. Good evening, everyone. As you may have noticed by now, we're celebrating the birthday, the Jayanthi, of our grandfather Guru, our Guru's Guru, Master Sivananda. And on behalf of Satchidananda Ashram Yogaville, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this evening's satsang. My name is Swami Sivananda. And at this time, we would like to stand to repeat the prayers of world peace that are on the yellow sheet on the front. Auspiciousness be unto all. Perfect peace be unto all. Fullness be unto all. Prosperity be unto all. Happiness be unto all. Perfect health be unto all. May all see good in everyone. May all be free from suffering. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You may be seated. It's really something quite magical. Master Sivananda, even though my guru is Sri Swami Satchidananda, I came to the ashram. I first moved here as a sannyasin in 2000. And it happened to be, I didn't know this, I wasn't paying attention, the day we were celebrating Master Sivananda's birthday, which was the most auspicious day to move to the ashram, the best day, his birthday. And Gurudev was sitting right there at that chair, and I was sitting next to him, and he turned around, he said, welcome, you came. And I said, yes, Gurudev. He said, when did you come? I said, this morning. And I told him the time, which was an auspicious astrological time. And he said, oh, good, good, good. Very good. So Master Sivananda is very much here. I remember one time in the 90s, I was visiting the first time I came to the ashram. And I went back home to Florida. The first night, I had lucid dreaming of Master Sivananda. All night long. He took me places, all the worlds to see everywhere, universes, brought me back to my room, and I was like, but I was confused. I was like, but I want to see Sri Swami Satchidananda. Why did I see Master Sivananda? I still don't know the answer to today, other than he's here all the time, and he's supporting us as well. He's doing everything with Gurudev. So, okay, now we're going to watch a video. In the following video, our Gurudev is speaking on memories of his beloved master, Sivananda. Please enjoy this wonderful video.
Om Namaste Sri Ramdev Maharaj. Om Namo Narayanaya. For a long time I have been expecting to receive you here. Though you have not yet visited this place, you ever dwell in our heart. I know you are very busy there, but please extend your jurisdiction to Rishikesh also. This is your real home. This is your spiritual home. Your few minutes contemplation on the Ganges bank, Satsang, Kirtan and Bhajan will recharge your inner battery and fill you with abundant energy for more work in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Inward contemplation and dynamic external activity should go hand in hand. You will enjoy both bhukti and mukti, happiness and success here, and liberation from birth and death also. So please come. I will serve you nicely, simple food with a lot of love.
Deva Deva Shivananda Dina Bandhu Pahima. Deva Deva Shivananda Dina Bandhu Pahima. Deva Deva Shivananda Dina Bandhu Pahima. Deva Deva Shivananda Dina Bandhu Pahima.
This century has seen many great, widely known saints from India. At one time there were 4 great holy sages, almost expounding the various approaches in the spiritual practice. All the way down south, there was Swami Ramdas. You might see his picture, the second one, Swami Ramdas. He was all devotion, bhakti yoga, all bhakti, total surrendering. He demonstrated in his life what surrender is. Then a little further north, the sage of Tiruvannamalai, Ramana, he demonstrated the Vedantic part, the Jnana Yoga. He spoke very little, but whenever he said anything, he said it directly, no roundabout way. He would always emphasize the knowledge of one's own true self. He would always ask people to question oneself. Who am I? Who am I? If anybody goes to ask him some question, he will say, who is that asking that question? If the person says, it's me, who is me? Find out that. So he will put another question to the questionnaire and make him think. That was a direct approach, Vihanga Marga, the scriptures. That means like a bird flying straight to the fruit and catching it. And the east coast, again the southern area, another great saint, Aurobindo, Saint Aurobindo. He's also there next. All one after the other. Good. He was more or less a Raja Yogi, very scientific approach, divinizing everything. Aurobindo Ashram is still there. And all the way in the north, though he is again a product of the south, Swami Sivananda. All the 4 of them lived at the more or less the same time, and almost they should have had some sort of communication among themselves. They all said goodbye one after the other within the same period. So the other three were more or less emphasizing the three areas: Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. But only in Sivanandaji you could have seen all together. A combination of everything. That's why it's called integral yoga. It integrated various approaches. One cannot be always bhakti, cannot be always jnani, or always meditating. We have our various aspects in life. So, if you are just a Raja Yogi, a meditator, after the meditation, what would you be doing? Who are you? What are you then? If you are a Bhakti Yogi, only when you do some offering, puja, worship, then when you go to the office, you are just an ordinary Tom. So he said, why not we inject this inspiration into every minute of our life? Whatever you do, wherever you are. So it's called integral yoga in English. Integral. Sanskrit word for it would be Purna Yoga, Sampurna Yoga. Complete in itself. So you cannot be somebody other than a yogi at any given time. Whatever you do it as a yoga. That is the greatness of Swami Sivanandaji. Of course, a little before, the followers of sage Ramakrishna, they were mostly into karma yoga, service, schools, hospitals, like that. But here in Swami Sivanandaji, you have a complete combination of a beautiful balance of everything. And that is the reason why he was able to attract people from all over the globe. In fact, he never went out of India except for 3 days to Ceylon, now known as Sri Lanka. During 1950, he had a sort of an India tour. And 3 days have been included for Ceylon, so it became India Ceylon tour for almost 2 months. Other than that, he never went out anywhere after he became a renunciate. But people from all over the world came to him, sitting in one place, attracting that many thousands. Only he could do. That's because his teachings are very simple. There is no words of learned length and thundering sound. Any child can understand his language. His books are that simple, almost talking to you directly. Sometimes the people who edit his words would even say, Swamiji, the whole thing has been said in the previous chapter. Don't worry, say it again. Again and again. There's nothing else new. You have to have a big book. Add on everything. So there will be a lot of repetitions. But you would say, well, you read 10 times, Somewhere at one time it will really go into your brain. Other times you may miss it. So, do it. And he will write books on all subjects. Everything in the world. There are more than 350 books he wrote. Average writer. And simple language. That's why his books were read by everybody in a way. And not only that, he will force them to read somehow. How? Send books. Our postage expenses itself would have gone quite high by mailing books. Once I went there, I was in Ceylon at that time and went there. Swamiji, you sent a lot of books to the Prime Minister of Ceylon. He's a Sinhalese man and he's a Buddhist. Whenever he sees the books you want, okay, put it there. He never, not even read one book. So, somebody would have read it, is it not? Somebody would have read it. Very true. Knowing fully well that somebody is not reading his books, he will still send it. Why? Because books, nobody is going to throw it out. If he doesn't read, somebody else will. Promoting, propagating. Millions of small leaflets on various subjects he would print. In a way, every day he comes to the office. He will come there, sit for a little while and then go back. As long as he was really healthy, the body was allowing him to do. And as soon as he comes, what is today's cake? Not the eating cake. He would expect something from the printing press to be sitting there on the table. Hot cake, he will say. It can be just small leaflets or heavy big books. Immediately he will, Oji, come on, take this. Even the people who live there will get books. Not like us, stingy people. But of course, there is another secret also. Mostly all the books were printed out of the donation. Contributed by somebody. And they would immediately say, he will ask them to write up about their little biography. And he will put their picture with him and the biography, first 2-3 pages, donated by so-and-so, inspiring people to print more books. Many people printed books just for their publicity. So that they can have a picture with him and the front few pages will be with his picture and the family picture. But it doesn't matter. That's what they want. And give it to them. But the others can read the rest. Leaflets. Every time we go out, he would ask us to carry hundreds and thousands of literatures. Go, give it. Whomsoever you see, just give it. When you are going in the train, give it to the passengers. Somebody still there's plenty. Doesn't matter. Leave it in the compartment and go. Somebody, when he gets in, he will take it and read it. Sometimes standing train, we will go and drop leaflets into the compartments and go. Very often we used to sometimes even joke with Swamiji. Swamiji, what is this? You are printing all this. It's all, we spend so much money. Look what happened to our leaflets. The fellow who was selling some, the Bombay mixer like thing, he uses this for wrapping. They use those for wrapping paper. You know, the other day somebody came here, and you know what he told me? I got some mixer, I was eating it, I finished it, then casually I just opened it. It was a spiritual instruction. He read it, and he came here now. You see? Even for wrapping paper, he will print everything and send it. Who knows, one day when he reads something, he eats, after eating, he will read something. That was his way of making people aware of the spiritual truths. Promotion. Nobody has promoted things like this. And one unique thing is, apart from the Bhakti, Yoga, Vedanta, this, he is, in a way, the main person to even put so much of emphasis to the Hatha Yoga. Many Western countries learned Hatha Yoga because of him, the pioneer. And with all that, you can call him a good comedian also. Always jovial, always jovial. It's impossible to fathom him, who he is. One day somebody gave him a nice shawl, and then he was wearing it. And then one of the ashramites was not having anything. He just took, Oji, come on, take this, use it. He gave it away, fine. But then after a month or so, the person who sent the shawl was visiting the ashram. He said, oh no, he would be happy if he sees me wearing the shawl. Now I gave it away to him. I don't know how to go and ask him back. He was telling me, could you go and just tell me? Just borrow it from him until that guy comes and goes away. I'll just wear him. See how conscious he is about all this. Many of the things, when people come, you will wear that. So that they will be happy. Gurudev is wearing what I gave. That's all he wanted. With the spiritual seekers, in the beginning he used to more or less force them. He will even go to the door, wake them up and go to meditation. Then he said, no, it's too much. What's the point of forcing them, go there and sit and sleep? If 1 or 2 sincere people meditating, if 10 people sit there and sleep, then the other 2 also will feel sleepy. So he slowly stopped that. But at the same time, when somebody becomes a little, in the beginning, every seeker will be very severe in his practices. We call it Aramba Surattanam. That is the inspiration of the beginner. Like many of you, when you first came, house, you won't miss even one single day, you won't touch anything, no coffee, no money, no this, nothing. Regular meditation. Slowly. But at the same time, he would make sure that nobody exceeds the limit. Personally, one day I used to go in the morning, early morning meditation onto the Ganges beach, or sometimes very late in the evening when everybody goes away, I'll sit at the Ganges bank, sit for long meditation. One day I heard him literally shouting at me. I didn't even see him. He just came behind me. Oji, what are you doing? He always calls, Oji. That means, G means that is a sort of reverential term, like Pitaji, Mataji. Simply instead of saying, hey, come here, hello, mister, hey, mister, like that. Oh, G. The G is a reverential, at the same time affectionate term also, like Mataji, Swami Ji, the G, Gandhi Ji, Nehru Ji. So he said, oh, Ji, what is this nonsense? Just meditate. Oh, I see. You see the temperature now? It's a little chilly. What do you want to have? Meditation or lumbago? Yeah. Look at me. I have a problem. I acquired lumbago because I used to go stand in the water, Ganges water, waist deep, meditate. We don't need to do that all. That's all okay. In the books in those days they wrote. They must have done it long before. Our bodies and bones are not strong enough for these days. So don't go to extremes. He won't hesitate to say, I had the problem like that. No, you don't have to do that. Wherever he is, he'll be literally watching people. Particularly when you are a little sincere, you get help. Directly or indirectly. He's always eager to inspire people. Priyaananda was talking about the musicians, singers, dancers, whoever comes, he admires them, inspires them. There was a story about one of the young boy. I think it must be, it was even enacted, I think, school children one time. A young boy came and he was playing the temple pipe, saying, I'm the son of so-and-so, a well-known player. He was a really well-known man, and this boy was his son. So he came and he was playing. Oh, look at that. As the father, so the son. We have to close our ears. And he was simply appreciating. Oh, wonderful. Play one more. Play one more. Okay. Some music books. Come on, bring all the music books. Give him some milk. Give him some fruits. All kinds of gifts to him. Give him a title. Sangeeta Jyoti. The light of music. Sangeeta Jyoti title. But we never knew what's happening behind all this. When he came the following year, he was an expert. This inspiration really made him to go deep into that. When he came the following year, he was a real musician. He will never put down anybody. He will always find a little, inspire them.
Jai Sri Sadguru Sachidananda Ji Maharaj ki. Jai Master Sivananda ki. Jai. So I'm going to let Swami Priyaananda Ji now tell you a little bit more about our beloved grandfather Guru. Swami Priyaananda was initiated into the Holy Order of Sannyas in 2005. She has conducted integral yoga classes, workshops, and teacher trainings abroad and in the U.S. Her teaching credentials are many, At the ashram, Priyaanandaji has shared integral yoga with the Fine Arts Society, the Integral Yoga Elementary School, the Living Yoga Training Program guests and residents. She's one of the main instructors for the ashram's Raja Yoga and meditation teacher trainings. Swami Priyaanandaji manages Satchitananda Archives. She's a member of the Spiritual Life Board, the Sannyas Board, and is the ashram's representative of Integral Yoga Global Network. Please welcome her.
Good evening, everyone. Once upon a time, when the sun and the star Bharani were ascending in the morning sky, a great soul descended to earth. At sunrise on September the 8th, 1887, at Ettapuram district in the state of Tamil Nadu in South India, the third son of Vengu Iyer and Sri Mati Parvati Amal was born and given the name Kupaswami. It is believed that those who are born when that star is ascending will be friendly, loyal, logical, and famous. And Kupaswami was indeed all of the above and more. He was born into a very devout family. The family had a worship service in their home every day called puja, and he, as a little boy, would go out and gather a special kind of leaf, a betel leaf, and flowers, and bring them in and help his father do the morning puja. He lived in a small village. Well, he lived in a cluster, about 350 villages in this particular district. But all of these villages were small enough that they knew all of the family members of each family. So there was no mischief anyone could get into without the whole district knowing it. But lucky for his family, he was well raised, he was very obedient, and yet he was bold and courageous. He was carefree and friendly. He was active and very generous. As a little boy, he once saw a sadhu walking by the family home while they were having their daily meal. And he immediately jumped up, ran out, and fed the sadhu with his own plate. And then his father would occasionally send him to town to buy some special flowers for a particular service they were going to do. But on the way back, wherever he saw someone who was suffering or in need, he would go and give them the flowers. And when he got home, he wouldn't have anything left. And he would say, "It's okay, Papa. I worshiped God in every poor person in our village. It's okay. He doesn't need any more flowers in our service today." So he was really quite a wonderful and generous soul. In high school, he excelled academically and physically. He was very fond of vigorous sports. He loved gymnastics, he loved fencing, he loved wrestling, and he loved bicycling. He was always on the go. He would get up at 3 a.m. and sneak out. There was a public gym, and his mother didn't like him going to that so much, but he would get up at 3 a.m. and he would stuff his pillows in his bed to make it look like he was still asleep in case she peeked in, and go out in the dark and go down and work physically to build his body. He really felt that in addition to academic knowledge, that good health was vital to everyone. In college, he was extremely gifted. He was gifted in many areas. He was quite an actor. He had been given, when he was in high school, he had been given a set of Shakespearean books, and he'd been given a set of books on writing and on speaking. And so he was loved to try out for various plays and was quite accomplished in them. He also was very, very knowledgeable of the Tamil language and the Tamil culture. So people didn't know when he first got into college what direction his studies may go. However, it became very obvious to him very early that medicine was the love of his heart. And so he enrolled in the Tanjavur Medical School, and he loved being at the medical school so much that when the various vacations came up and the students would go home, he never went home. He had such a zeal for this information. He really wanted to learn. So the doctors saw this incredible intellect and interest and energy, and he was invited to any operation theater. Anything that was unfolding, they would have him come and watch. He was also, some of the surgeons who were trying to get board certified or to renew their board certification, he would go and read the textbooks to them while they were doing all kinds of other things so that the information would go in deep. And so by the time he was at the end of his first year in med school, he was working on about a fifth-year level of knowledge. Whatever he read, he retained. He had an amazing memory. And so he was very, very busy in med school, but it wasn't enough. He wanted to be more engaged, so he started what was called Ambrosia, which was a medical newsletter. And he would call or contact or write to various doctors and get beautiful information on Ayurveda and all kinds of different modalities and publish them in his paper. But he also knew as much, if not more, than the people who were sending articles, so he would write certain articles, but under a pen name. He wouldn't use his own name. And then when he graduated from med school, he went first to Madras for a while and worked in a pharmacy. And the pharmacist was so happy to have him come. He just gave him everything to do. He had to clean up the pharmacy, set everything up, greet all the customers, see what their questions were, fill all the prescriptions. And it was a very, very challenging time, but he was really quite up for it. Nothing seemed to be too much for this young man. And then he decided that he knew a doctor who was in Singapore, so he decided he wanted to go to Malaysia. And he contacted this doctor, and the doctor said, yes, come. He said, I think I have another doctor friend here, and I'm sure we can get a position for you. So he'd never been out of the country. He'd never been on a ship. He had no idea how long it would take to sail from his home port to Malaysia. And he didn't even think about what kind of food he should take with him. His mother had made a big tin of sweets. So he had those under his arm, jumped on the SS Tara, and off the ship went. And by the time, there was no vegetarian food, and he was a strict vegetarian. And so the only thing he ate were the sweets that the mother had prepared. And by the time he got to Malaysia, he was really quite ill. And so luckily he was staying in the home of a doctor, and he rejuvenated him and restored his health. And then he went to interview with the other doctor, and Dr. Parsons said, oh, I'm so sorry, that position has been taken. I have nothing for you. And so he had very little money. This is the first time he'd ever been away from home and out of the country. So the other doctor that he had come to see said, wait, I know that there is a rubber plantation and they have a hospital there. So some of the workers probably need good medical care, so why don't you look into that. So they contacted the foreman there, and Kupaswami said, this man was fierce. He was huge, he was angry, he was always yelling and cursing, but it was the only job that was quite available. So he went and interviewed for the job, and the foreman said, so, do you think you can manage a hospital? And Kupaswami said, sir, I can manage 3. And so they gave him the job, and for 6 years, he stayed there and helped all of the workers and really got them restored to health. And they loved him because he treated them with such kindness and respect, and on the rubber plantation, they were not treated very well. So this was what he did for 6 years, and then eventually people saw his gifts and talents, and he was invited to come to a big city and work in a hospital there. And immediately, people fell in love with him. He would leave home, go to the hospital, spend the whole day in the hospital, and then he would come home, take his little doctor bag, and go into the areas of the poor people and see that all of their medical needs were met. When he would get home, he would often find someone there, and a young person would say to him, yes, I just arrived in the country, and I don't know where to go, but they told me that I could stay here at your house and that you would help me find a job. So immediately, that became his next area of service. Nothing was daunting for Kupaswami. And he was very prosperous. He was making money at the hospital that he had not expected. And so he would go out and buy beautiful suits and many hats. He had all kinds of hats. He wore very few of them, but he had lots and lots of hats. And he loved jewelry. He would go and buy beautiful chains and rings and wear them all at one time and then never wear them again. So he was someone who had a great deal of fun in life. And people just really, they would stop ships for him. They would stop planes for him, anything. He was so well known and loved and respected in that town. But eventually, he began to see that all of the people he was treating, he could treat the body and the mind, but there was some sort of underlying cause that he could never touch upon. And that seemed to be what was causing a lot of both of the physical and the mental illness in people. And so that longing to know, how can one possibly have a blissful, meaningful life? There must be a way. And about that time, a wandering monk came by his house, and Krupa Swamiji invited him in, and he had some books on Vedanta, which Kupaswami had never read. Now, Kupaswami always did some spiritual practice in his home, even during his working time, but he'd never read books, the deep Vedanta, like this monk had. And he was so touched by that knowledge that the monk said, these are my treasures, these books that I travel with. But he said, this is for you. And Kupaswami, it completely changed his life. He decided all he wanted was to be God intoxicated. So when he would be invited to various medical parties, he would show up with his harmonium and he would do Kirtan. And the other people are like sort of standing around and a bit uncomfortable. They hadn't invited him to do Kirtan. So the word got out, and so they stopped inviting him to the various medical parties. But he didn't care. He'd show up anyway and bring the harmonium and chant along. And then he began to see he needed something deeper. And so he packed up all of his things, got on the ship, and sailed home. His family was informed that he was coming. They came to meet him at the ship. They loaded up all of his things. They all returned to the home. As they were unloading his belongings, all of a sudden he wasn't there. And they thought, oh, he must have gone to visit a boyhood friend or a school friend that he hasn't seen for a long time. But that was not the case at all. He was longing for that time to go deep within and find that spiritual bliss that he knew resided somewhere in all of us. And off he took. He just went off on foot and traveled around, took prasad at various ashrams or temples, and continued to search for God. He went north. Now, he had never been north, even though he lived in India. He knew none of the languages, so people didn't understand what he was trying to communicate to them. He did meet a postman who knew Swamiji's Tamil language, and so the postman invited him to his house. And as a result, Swamiji worshipped him as God. The postman would come home in the evening. Swamiji would have cooked a nice meal for him. He would have him sit down. He would shampoo his feet and legs, see that he was very comfortable, feed him, and then Kupaswami would do his spiritual practice, and off they would go. And the postman began to see this. He said to him, "You're in the middle of a busy city. You can never go deep." He said, "You need to get up to Rishikesh. It's beautiful, it's pristine, it's quiet. That is where you can go deep." So Kupaswami walked, rode trains, wherever there was free transport, he engaged in it, and he finally made his way to Rishikesh. And he said it was such a beautiful feeling to arrive, and there on platforms, train stations, everywhere, people were engaged in meditation and sadhana, and so he felt he had really come home. But he wasn't an initiated monk or anything like that, so when he would go to the almshouses, they wouldn't give him any food. So he just had to wait until someone thought he looked hungry enough and accept what was offered to them. And then one day he was sitting on a platform, and a Swami came by and looked at him and saw such a radiance coming from him. And he went to him and said, "I am here to initiate you into the holy order of sannyas." And Kupaswami was absolutely delighted at that. His name was Paramahansa Vishwananda Saraswati. And so that was his guru. That's how he got his initiation. And he did not see him after that, except his guru sent another Swami, Swami Vishnu Devanandaji Maharaj, was sent to do the homo last week. We just had a beautiful fire ceremony here at the ashram, and this is a kind of ceremony that is also done when one renounces the world. So once that was done, then he could easily go into all of the almshouses. But he didn't go there just for himself. He began to see that lots of people were in need. So he would go get a little bread and water, bring that back to him. But the other alms he would distribute to the other swamis. When he first got there, he stayed in an ashram called Ram Ashram, and then he went to Swaragam Ashram. And they began to see he was such a sincere practitioner that he needed something more than these open forum ashrams. So there was a little kutir along the Ganges River, and they had him come and go and stay in that kutir, which he stayed in for nearly 10 years. Over a decade, he did sadhana there. He would do 8 to 16 hours of japa, meditation, asana, all the various practices, every day, that kind of dedicated service. And as he told our Gurudev, he would stand in the Ganges and with his mala and do his japa in that way. But after so many years, people could see his greatness, and they could see the knowledge that he had, and people started coming to him. And he learned that a lot of the pilgrims coming through were not well. And so he needed medicine to be able to serve them. And he remembered when he was in Malaysia that he had an insurance policy. So he got someone to contact that company, and indeed, the policy was still there, and it had earned a good amount of interest. So that money was sent to him, and he was able to acquire medicine to go out into the forest and treat those who were not well. And so, and once that happened, people just started coming and coming and coming. And he realized that it was time to turn from that inward personal sadhana to outward service. And that's what, as you hear what Gurudev said, that's what he dedicated his entire life to. And it made no difference to him what status you were when you came to the ashram. You could be a beggar, you could be a Maharani, a great queen. Once a great queen came to visit, and her husband, the king, had died some months earlier, and she just wanted to be at the ashram, but she brought a large contingency of people with her. And when Swamiji heard of that, Shivanandaji told all the ashrams, I will tend to her personally. He would go there and take water to her every day. He would bring her her breakfast, prepare it, and have someone prepare it and bring it to her. And when he learned that she wanted to go down and bathe in the Ganges, but the staircase, the ghat to her house was, people would gather there and have their own baths. He shooed them all away and had her come down to have a personal bath. And she was quite embarrassed to have such a saintly person do this, give this kind of attention to her. So he put her mind at ease. He said, no, 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 Maharani, not to worry. I am your own son. And that's it. That's the way he treated people. So I would like to conclude with some of the things that I've spoken about. We have about 6 or 8 pictures of areas where Master Sivananda was, and just a few pictures of him that it might be nice to end with. Please bear with me, my technical skills comes into play. Vibration, okay. So this is Master Sivananda and his early stages of practice. A young, beautiful sadhu. This is a view of the, do you know what the bridge is? It's Julam, Ram Jula, isn't it the Ram Jula Bridge? Something like that. And to the right was Swargam Ashram, where Swamiji stayed when he first came. And to the left, going under the bridge, just a few paces down, is where his kutir was, where he was allowed to have a private kutir, and where for those 10 years he did most of that sadhana. And that's what the kutir looks like now. It didn't look like that when it was in the forest, there was no upper top, and the small white building was added later on. But that was a kutir close to the Ganges where he did his sadhana. Here you see him at the Ganges, with one of his hats on at the Ganga. This is the Divine Life Society. Eventually, he would move from that little kutir across the bridge to this side, to the far side of the river, and a little area would be, a home would be built for him. But in the 1930s, people saw his greatness, and land was donated to him, and people were coming more and more and more. And so they built an ashram called the Divine Life Society, and some of us have been able to go and visit there. These are the quarters where one would stay if you go to the ashram. These are various places out in the forest where people would go and worship. And this is in the main hall where they do the morning pujas, and in the upper level is his Mahasamadhi shrine. And you might notice the braid on the back of one of those women's hair. She might look familiar to you. That's our Mataji sitting there for the puja. This is going down into his personal quarters across the street from the ashram. And this is where people, if you come, they make you all sit down and they make everyone sing Kirtan. And then going into his personal quarters, it's so beautiful. They've taken his clothes and so beautifully laundered them and arranged them in these cabinets. In the far back, the tall cabinet, are the big, you often would see him pictures in big wool coats. It gets very cold in Rishikesh in December. So people saw to his comfort to the best of their ability. And this is behind his kutir, down at the Ganges. There is a puja every night. And Mataji was asked to offer the puja that evening, more an Arati. And then they take the lights and they put them in the Ganges and let the light float down the Ganges and break up the darkness. I just would like to share some of his words in closing. Through the grace of the Lord and Sat Guru, I am unattached and free. All doubts and delusions have vanished. I am free and ever blissful. I am free from fear as I rest in the non-dual state. Fear is due to duality. I am Brahman intoxicated. I have attained perfection and freedom. I live in pure consciousness. I have won the game of life. I have won, I have won, I have won. Jai Shri Sivanandaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you, Swami. Thank you all. I hope that you will look online. Now, in YouTube, you can see many various films. We saw some tonight. And of those 300 books, they have over 100 of them that you can download for free. So his writings are so inspiring, and I hope that you will enjoy learning more about him. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, Priyaananda ji. That was very beautiful. Do you remember, or did you know how many years he did his sadhana before he went back to serving?
He was at least 10 years.
10 years.
8 to 16 hours a day during that time.
16 hours a day. Okay. Very good. And now we will have an Arati, which is an offering of light, at our Grandfather Guru's altar. The Arati will be offered to Swami Sivananda ji. And then it will be offered to you, our viewers, if you would like to stand. Finally, the light, when it's offered to you, you're welcome to draw the light toward you with your hands. And I'm going to chant one of the beautiful chants in his honor. Deva Deva Sivananda Dena Bandhu Pahimam. Deva Deva Sivananda Dena dena bandhu rakshamam. Chandravadana mandahasa prema rupa rakshamam. Madhura gita gana lola jnana purupa pahimam. Samasta loka pujitanya mahananga rakshamam. Divya ganga tira vasadena shila pahimam. Deva deva Shivananda dena bandhu pahimam. Deva deva Shivananda dena bandhu rakshamam. Papa harana punya shila parama purusha rakshamam. Bhakta loka hridavasya swamitanata pahimam. Chit swarupa chitananda namah shivaya rakshamam. Satguru Jaya, Satguru Jaya, Satguru Jaya pahimam. Satguru Jaya, Satguru Jaya, Satguru Jaya rakshamam. Deva Deva Shivananda dena bandhu pahimam. Deva Deva Shivananda dena bandhu rakshamam. O Holy Master Sivananda, the friend of the helpless and destitute, please protect us. The epitome of love, with the countenance of the moon, always smiling, singing melodious songs, the all-knowing, Chit Swarupa Chidananda Namah Shivaya, protect us. Jai. You may be seated. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Lead us from unreal to real. Lead us from darkness to the light. Lead us from the fear of death to the knowledge of immortality. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishadvahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May God protect us, grant us wisdom's fruit. May we gain energy to know the truth. May our intellects grow clear and bright. May we cherish no ill feeling toward anyone. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. May the light of truth overcome all the darkness of ignorance. Jai Sri Satguru Sachitananda Ji and Shivananda Ji Maharaj Ki Jai. Now for a couple of announcements so we don't miss those. Next Saturday, Reverend Mala Cunningham, she's also a doctor, will be speaking on the neuroscience behind pranayama breathing practices. She'll be here. You'll learn a lot. She's a fountain of knowledge. So we hope you can join us. And if you're not in Yogaville, go to vimeo.com/Yogaville, and you can watch the satsang there. Also, we will have prasad at the door, given out, a very delicious special prasad on Master Sivananda's birthday. But before that, we're all going to help put the chairs away on the right-hand side over there. And if Bharati would offer Master Sivananda his prasad here, and someone else, Gurudev, his prasad here, that would be wonderful. Priyaananda ji, you want to offer Gurudev his prasad?